On Mountain News this morning, snow caused problems for some drivers in southern Kentucky, with crews cleaning up 8 crashed vehicles. And we catch up with a business that was destroyed during the May tornado in southern Kentucky.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Tuesday, November 11th. We're just about at 5:31 this morning. And of course, ready for a check of our weather with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. Megan, it is a chilly start to our day. I know those freezing temperatures. I'm pretty sure we're active since my car had frozen water on it.
Yeah, not only are we below freezing, but we are significantly below freezing for some folks across eastern Kentucky. It is a cold morning out today. Let's take a look at those current temperatures. That freezing mark is 32 degrees. Notice that the warmest temperature in eastern Kentucky is 28 in Louisa. So it is below freezing. It is cold and feels like temperatures are dropping us even further this morning. So keep that in mind as you're going throughout the day. And unfortunately, we're not seeing too much warmth this afternoon to keep you on the warmer side, because high temperatures will only be getting into the low 40s. So it's still cold, but at least it's going to get a little bit warmer than yesterday got to, and it is above freezing. So the snow will be hopefully starting to melt as we go into this afternoon. Here's a look at satellite and radar this morning. A lot drier than what we saw yesterday. Maybe a little flakes still hanging around in Logan County, West Virginia. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan. In Hardin County, at least one person is dead after a 3-vehicle crash yesterday morning. Police say it happened on the Salt River Bridge along Dixie Highway. No name has been released so far regarding the person killed. Police say traffic on the bridge was completely shut down due to that crash. Snow caused problems for some drivers in southern Kentucky yesterday. Crews were called to clean up 8 vehicles that crashed on northbound I-75 in Whitley County. It happened just across Kentucky-Tennessee state line around mile marker 2. Officials believe the bridge icing over was the likely cause of so much trouble for many drivers.
If this is setting the tone for the winter, we're in for a long, cold, snowy winter. To slow down when you start encountering snow, because your visibility is going to be decreased, the roadway is going to be wet, the bridges and overpasses will freeze before the roads.
Officials say 3 people were hurt and 1 transported to a hospital in the area. None of the injuries are considered life-threatening. Well, since that winter weather has made its way through the mountains, emergency management officials are reminding folks to be cautious. With snow falling throughout the region and cooler temps hanging around earlier this week, Pike County Emergency Management Director Nee Jackson says drivers should be prepared for potential dangers, especially in the morning hours. Jackson says even if snow does not appear to be piling up, roadways can sometimes have hidden concerns.
When you get that sudden drastic drop in temperatures, you could see some areas that freeze, some black ice, that type thing. So especially with all the wind that's coming with this, bringing that cold front in, it could freeze surfaces.
Jackson says it is important to give yourself ample time for your commute when road conditions could be less than ideal. Well, the stepfather of 10-year-old Jaden Spicer, charged in connection to his death, has a new attorney, and a judge will determine if his bond should be lowered next week. As we've told you, Jaden Spicer was found in a shallow grave back in August. His mother, Felicia Gross, gave Jaden sleeping meds that caused his death, according to her arrest citation. His stepfather asked for his bond to be lowered from $1 million last month, filing a motion saying that he's only ever received traffic violations before these charges. Joshua has a bond hearing on November 18th. As for his mother, her pretrial hearing will be January 9th. A case where a Pike County man was arrested for his role in uploading explicit images of minors online is heading to federal court. Charles Michael Hopkins was charged last month with 20 counts of possessing matter portraying a minor over the age of 12 in a sexual performance. A preliminary hearing for Hopkins was scheduled at the London Federal Courthouse for this Thursday. A man was arrested for reportedly being involved in a weekend shooting in Woodford County. Officers say Tyler Estes fired shots in the McDonald's parking lot on United Drive in for sales. His arrest citation says he got into an argument with someone, then fired 2 shots in the air and 2 shots at the man as he drove away. Officers say a woman and 2 small children were in the vehicle with Estes. No one was hit by gunfire. He's charged with 4 counts of wanton endangerment. Recent gun violence has community activists taking action near a Lexington school. Last week, 2 separate incidences happened when school was letting out. One person was shot and killed Friday on Center Parkway, not far from the Tates Creek campus. Now, One Lexington is chaperoning students home from school. Divine Karma with One Lexington says they're looking for 70 volunteers to help create a safe passageway home for about 1,000 kids.
This is one of those times where we need the community to join us, and we got to be out there in the thick of things. It's the only way we're going to stop this uptick.
Members with One Lexington say the group will have to expand its outreach to help everybody feel safe to simply walk home from school. A federal trial for a suspended Pike County Circuit judge is underway. Earlier this year, Howard Keith Hall was indicted by a federal grand jury on charges of mail fraud and theft of government last month. Hall's defense team appealed to have the charges against him dismissed, but a federal judge denied that request. Hall was accused of paying someone more than $440,000 in salary and benefits for little to no work as an assistant county attorney. A Barberville man was taken to jail after police found a substance believed to be meth. It happened last Friday when police in Knox County responded to a suspicious person complaint at a home on Kentucky 3438. When they got there, they say Jason Gray tried to get away from them on foot. Police also found a syringe in his possession. Gray was taken to the Knox County Detention Center. In Huntington, West Virginia, a man was arrested after he was accused of selling drugs to a minor, leading to the death. Tony Eldon Lee Jr. was charged with delivery of a controlled substance causing death after a 15-year-old boy reportedly overdosed on drugs sold to him. During an investigation, police say they found that Lee and the minor's mom were living together at the time of the incident when they say he sold drugs to the victim. 2 people were taken to the hospital after a building in Charleston, West Virginia caught fire early yesterday morning. The assistant fire chief of the Charleston Fire Department says they received the call just before 4 o'clock. Originally, they were told it was a residential fire, but after crews arrived on scene, it was changed to a working fire. The building was eventually deemed a loss and crews had to pull back.
It took us about an hour and a half to make the determination the building was becoming unsafe for firefighters to enter, and we switched to what's called a defensive posture, and that's when we put our ladder trucks up and removed the firefighters from inside.
The investigation is still ongoing. Officials with the fire department say they're expecting it to take a while. On Friday, we shared the story of a spreading revival that made its way to Johnson Central football field. WYMT's Buddy Forbes takes a look at where the revival began and its organizers head into the 3rd consecutive week of worship.
Well, God's bringing down walls. He's bringing down walls of depression. He's bringing down walls of addiction. He's breaking down walls between people's fellowship. Marriages are being healed. Homes are being put back together.
Pastor Ronnie Spriggs says it all began with a homecoming revival for his church that soon became a homecoming for the entire community.
This is not Hager Hill revival. This is not my revival. This is a revival for everyone. This is something that God's doing, and only God can do what we've seen happen.
With standing room only, the church brought out folding chairs to accommodate its growing number of visitors.
Just kind of left them out because we know we're going to need them in just a little while, so we didn't put them all back up.
But soon, with visitors traveling from hours away to be part of the fellowship, God was not the only one breaking down walls.
We realized very quickly that we weren't going to be able to seat. You know, people were standing, and we didn't want anybody to leave. And so we got together, a bunch of guys got together, and we knocked down 2 walls so we could flood over into our auxiliary building, and now we're able to seat a whole lot more people.
Spriggs says the revival is being rallied by a group of young people, and though things blossomed at the church, it has also grown to the sidelines of last week's high school football game, and is soon being transplanted to a larger facility close by to withstand the widespread worship and witnessing.
I've been a minister for 43 years, and I've been in some big revivals in my time, but I've never seen anything like this. This is different. This is an awakening.
As for how long the awakening will last, Spriggs says he did not start the faith-fueled fire, and he has no plans on putting it out.
I don't see an end in sight. We're just following the Lord.
In Johnson County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The revival is still happening nightly at the church, with plans to move to the Grandview Outlet Building at 1721 Euclid Avenue one day this week. Well, folks throughout Laurel and Pulaski counties' lives were changed forever after the tornado that came through in May. Triple Threat Martial Arts was one of the businesses leveled by that tornado. We first met the owners the day after the tornado struck. Now they're in a new building and trying to rebuild their client base after losing nearly everything.
Me and Jamie here at Triple Threat would really like to thank them for everyone that stepped in and helped up. We've had a few family members, like I said, other businesses. We would not be here today if it wasn't for their help.
Owner Eddie Birchfield says they were able to salvage the mats from their old gym, saving costs. He says people were bringing them medals for weeks after the tornado blew them away. The City in the Mountains is honoring those who died while working to keep the lights on. The Coal Miner Memorial is the newest monument in the city. It features the names of miners who died while in service. The project was put together by the City of Hazard, Perry County, and the Tourism Board. Hazard City Manager Tony Eversole says it's important to spotlight those folks who gave their all to provide for the towns of the mountains.
To make sure people don't forget, you know, this town started from the coal mining industry, as well as the other river towns, you know, and it was a big part.
The memorial is located downtown in Triangle Park between the Farmers Market and Hazard City Police Department. Well, it's the start of a new era at Eastern Kentucky University. Renovations at Baptist Health Arena at Alumni Coliseum have been completed. Work has been underway on the facility for more than 1 year to improve the experience for athletes, fans, and the community. The renovations include a new court, seating bowl with ADA accessibility, and upgraded tech, plumbing, and HVAC.
Alumni provides so many opportunities for all athletes, from the amazing resources in the new athletic training room to the beautiful new locker rooms that give not only me and my teammates, but all athletes a space to create lifelong memories and friendships off of the court.
While the facility has a more modern feel, school president David McFadden says it was important to them to preserve some of its architecture, like the longest freestanding wood roof in the world. It's now 5:43, just days after releasing new music. Hilary Duff is headed back to the stage. That and more in today's ION Entertainment Report.
And we are clear from the snow, but rain chances return later this week. I'll have more information coming up.